Hello everyone, my name is Becca and welcome to Yellow Cat Studios. It has been a while since I actually sat down to film a video, but I am excited to be back. So for this video, I'm going to be making a Snow White cosplay. I'm not going to be recreating the outfit true to movie. I'm going to be taking inspiration from Disney's Snow White, but also have a historical influence. Okay, so this is the basic plan. Some things are going to be different in the final outfit, and I don't know if I'm going to get to the headpiece. We will see. Basically, I have this navy dress that I'm going to use as the base for the cosplay. But I don't want to add to the dress or modify it because I want to be able to wear it as is. So what I'm going to do is make a yellow overskirt that will just be tied at the waist to wear over top. And then I think I'm going to make a full bodice to wear under the dress and have the sleeves coming out. So I have this pattern that I got at an antique store. I was thinking about using it for the skirt, the overskirt as well, but looking at the pattern pieces, it looked like this skirt was just a rectangle, so because my fabric is already a rectangle, the yellow I'm using is a bed sheet, I believe. I'm not going to worry about cutting it out using the pattern because it's already a rectangle. What I will be using this pattern for is the top. I'm gonna have to modify the neckline a little bit so that I can wear it underneath my dress, but the sleeves for it will work perfectly for this cosplay. So I'm going to be making the overskirt first. I got this bed sheet from Value Village, and I'm going to use this end for the bottom hem, and I'm going to measure how long I need the skirt to be to go nicely over my dress, and cut it with enough room to make sort of a waistband that I can feed a ribbon through so that I can tie it. Okay, so I've measured my skirt to be 42 inches long, so I'm going to add probably 2 inches to the top of my overskirt so that I can fold it over and have room to thread through ribbon so that it can be tied. So my fabric is cut to length now, and I just folded it in half and cut it straight across to make my life easier because it was a straight cut anyways. So now what I need to do is I'm gonna do a little hem first, and then I'm going to fold it over to create the channel for my ribbon. Okay, so the hem is done, so I just need to do basically the same thing. Fold it over with enough space in between so that my ribbon can go through. Alright, so next I'm going to work on the bodice, which I'm going to be making out of this textured blue fabric. I thought could be really fun. I already have all of the pattern pieces cut out. So there's 2 pieces for the sleeves and 2 pieces for the bodice. And I'm not going to be using any interfacing or anything like that. Hopefully it still works out fine. Mostly because this is going to be going underneath the base dress. I do have a little bit of interfacing if I need it for the puff sleeves, but I think it'll be okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out my fabric. Okay, so the bodice is put together. I'm going to make the sleeves now and get those attached. The only thing that I'm not sure about, I'm pretty sure with this pattern the bodice needs to have a zipper in the back. I'm hoping I can avoid that and just sew the back just as a seam. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna get the sleeves on and then see if I can put the top on like just as a long sleeve top and not have a zipper in the back. And then after that's all put together, I'm going to see how it sits underneath the dress to see where I need to adjust the neckline. Okay, so we're making progress on the top. I just finished stitching up the back of it. So instead of putting a zipper in like the pattern called for, because I'm only making the bodice and not making a full dress, I decided to just stitch up the back because I can still get it on without needing the back open. And what I did is I did 2 stitches along the back seam as well as the shoulder seams just to reinforce them. So now what I've got to do is either hem or use bias tape on my edges, like the neckline, the sleeves, and the bottom. With the sleeves, I might add something to the wrist to make it a little bit longer, and also just add another detail. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna play with some stuff. And I also need to trim off some of the excess fabric from the shoulder seams, but other than that, the shirt is pretty much done. And I just ran out of bobbin thread after I finished sewing up the back of the shirt. So I'm also not going to change the neckline of the dress like I originally thought. I actually quite like how this looks, and I'm also going to be adding a white collar sort of thing, not the one that sticks up like from the Disney movie, but one that kind of tucks in to the dress. So what I need to do is hem or bias tape this, finish the sleeves, and then the bottom of the bodice. Alright, so now I'm making the arm cuffs that are going to go right underneath the puff on the sleeves. I'm veering a little bit away from my design, and I'm going to be making them red with this gold ribbon that I've also put at the bottom of my yellow overskirt. I'm cutting a rectangle out of my red fabric. I decided to keep the original hem on one side, So excluding the hem, my rectangle is going to be 5 inches by 12 inches. Okay, so now that I have my rectangle cut out, I'm going to fold over the sides at about 1/2 inch and stitch them down. And then the long edge that doesn't already have a hem, I'm going to fold over once at 1/2 inch and again at 1/2 inch to completely hide the raw edge and sew that down. After those are all sewn, I'm going to be folding over the sides again and attaching ribbon. Okay, so my sides are hemmed and I've folded them over again almost 1 inch, and I'm going to be attaching ribbon right along here like this on all 4 corners so that I can tie it onto my arm. And to attach it, I'm going to do 1 stitch down here and 1 stitch closer to the edge. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to explain how I made this collar. I had a rectangular piece of white fabric, which I cut a U shape into, and I draped it onto my dress form to kind of hand pleat in the front, where I wanted everything to sit underneath the dress. And pinned the pleats in the back. They got slightly wider in the back. And I had some excess fabric, so I just did an extra pleat in the middle on the back. Once I had all of those pinned, I sewed across everything. I should have made the back a little bit longer to make sure it stayed tucked into the dress, but that's okay. If I need to, I can pin it. And then after all the pleats were sewn down, I just hemmed everything. So that is my Snow White cosplay. I am incredibly happy with this. I know I say that at the end of all of my cosplay videos, but I think this is possibly my favorite cosplay I've made thus far. Like I said, I veered from my design a little bit. The sleeves turned out a little different, but they're so pretty. And I didn't get to the headpiece, which I might still do in the future. And obviously I don't have black hair and I didn't get a wig, but I think overall it came out really well and I'm so happy with it and I don't want to take it off. I've been feeling kind of tired and drained lately, but this was such a nice creative project to work on and to just make myself happy. Because like I said, this is possibly my favorite cosplay I have ever made, and I'm just so happy with how it turned out. They always say that to get motivation you have to start doing the thing first, and completing this project definitely makes me want to work on more stuff. And if you're watching this and you have a creative project in mind, you just haven't found the motivation to start it, this is your message to start it. This is your sign. Start that project. Do the thing. You can do it. But yes, that is all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I do lots of cosplay stuff, some DIY decorating stuff as well, so if you're into that, subscribe and stick around. I hope you have a good day, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!